Okay, good afternoon, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us on a busy, positive Tuesday afternoon. It's rare that we hold these on Tuesdays. Typically, we're very busy early part of the week, so we try to do these Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. But this was such a hot topic that we didn't want to wait, and we have a ton of agents asking for more information. How does this work? Tell me about this guarantee. Is it BS? Is it not? And we wanted to literally have both vendors on the call today to answer your questions and to give everyone on the call a 100-foot overview on each program that's available to you all as an active Levinson agent. Okay, so keep in mind just a couple things I'm going to point out before we jump in. So as a Levinson agent, you have an unbelievable opportunity to ride all of our other agents' coattails, right? So in other words, if you went to one of these two vendors off the street, your pricing is going to be about 20 to 40% higher than what you would pay as a Levinson agent. So that's huge. It's almost like a Costco approach, to the neighborhood 7-Eleven, right? If you buy a gallon of milk, it's going to be a lot less expensive at Costco because you're buying in bulk, right? We know how that works. So you are riding the coattails of Levinson agents. The only thing we ask of you, number one, you have to be active with us. Okay, what does active mean? It means you have to be appointed. You have to have at least one or two carrier appointments for the type of leads that you're purchasing, because you actually have to sign a form that says any and all business generated from our leads must come back through Levinson. Okay, and that's only fair, right? You're paying less cost, right? You're taking advantage of all of our training material, you're on our webinars, and you're getting paid as much or more commission than everyone else is giving you regardless. So yes, we do ask of you to make sure that all business is written through us. We do our monthly checks, and hopefully, we've never had to pull anyone out of a program, but hopefully when we do our monitoring every month that you are writing the business back with Levinson. If you're ordering, let's say orders after orders and you're in the hundreds, or maybe 200-300 leads that you're buying and we're not seeing an application, obviously red flag goes up and you're kicked out of the program, unfortunately. So please make sure we don't have any problems, okay? And by the way, if there's a carrier that you love and you're getting 5% more through ABC Financial and you hate to send the business to them, just call me directly and just say, hey, Bill, I'm writing the ABC Insurance Company and they're paying me 5 more points. Okay, well, we match or beat your commission every time. So don't worry, just let me know. We'll get you transferred, and then, of course, you can sell that product with our leads. No problem. Just let us know. Okay, so a couple of things I'm going to point out real quick is we have 2 guest speakers on from 2 different vendors, and the reason why I wanted to do this all today on one call, one shot, right, is because it's so important. We have agents all over the country, and some are focused just on term life leads. Great. Final expense. Great. Bill, I want live transfers. No problem. Bill, I like mortgage protection, right, because I can cross-sell and pivot. Great. We have all of those topics covered today with these 2 different vendors. Okay, so a little bit for everyone. Okay, at the end of the call, this is the most fun part, I think. At the end of the call, right before 4 p.m. Eastern Time, I'm going to ask 2 questions. Whoever answers the 2 questions first and correctly, obviously, okay, I'm going to announce your name, and you get a free batch. Okay, we're giving out 2 batches. So again, this is going to be awarded to 2 different agents, and the answers to my 2 questions are in these slides that we're going over. So if you're paying attention, you will win at the end. And I'll announce the winners at the end. Okay, so please stay on. Okay, so a couple things. Those are bullets in front of you. So this is also pretty neat. The least expensive option. Okay, and this is in my opinion, I've never seen anything this inexpensive. $6 a lead for mortgage protection leads. Okay, and based on region, by the way. Okay, that's big. So it's not just, you don't say, hey, I'm working in Florida and you're going to get, leads from Key West to Jacksonville. Okay. No, we can dial it down. So starting at just $6 on the mortgage protection side, then on the exclusive real-time side, you're looking at final expense leads starting at just $12. Okay, $12. We have exclusive term life leads starting at 17. Okay, so we also have a second chance program. We're going to talk about some really, really cool stuff. And with Samson's program, which he's going to be our first guest speaker, we have a 20% guarantee. And I know what you're thinking, Bill, there's no way. How can they give a 20% guarantee? Well, there is a way, and we're doing it here. Now, obviously, you have to do your part. Now, what is your part? So by the way, you get a free CRM tool, which we're going to show you once you purchase at least one batch of leads through Samson. So through Samson, you get a free CRM tool, okay? And that's used to load your leads into for you to take notes when you're calling these leads, okay? And you can even record the calls. So when you come back and you say, guys, I didn't sell 20% of my leads, I need some new ones, some replacements. You have to make sure that you're recording and taking notes. And the reason why, okay, and just keep this in mind, you have to put your other hat on for a second. If we had over 20,000 agents, which is what Levinson has across the country, and everybody was participating, right? Everybody wants the cream of the crop, right? They don't want the $20 a month sale, right? They want the one that's $28,000 a year of target premium, right? Why not? Okay, and the bottom line is that doesn't exist. There's no perfect lead program where you're going to sell, 15 of these leads and you're going to bat at 100% and everyone's going to be over 20 grand a commission. If that was the case, we'd all be driving around in Rolls-Royce limousines. Okay, I would be selling. Okay, which by the way we can't because it's a conflict of interest. But if my average sale was 20 grand of commission and I was selling 100% of my leads, I'm in the wrong part of the business, right? That's not realistic. So let's be realistic. And the bottom line is if you get your order of leads and you don't sell 20% of them, and let's say the number's disconnected, the person you're calling on is 98 years old and they can't make it out of a wheelchair. And by the way, we also have products for just about everyone anyway, but let's say it's a real genuine replacement lead, no problem. As long as you note it, record it, then Samson will replace it, okay? As long as it's 100% legit. We can't take advantage of the vendor because if we do, the vendor's not going to be around anymore because they can't make money, right? It's literally a lose-lose across the board. So let's just make sure that we're always on the side of the vendor as we're making money and it becomes a win-win-win, okay? All right, let's jump right in. Enough of my ranting. Okay, first thing, what's new at Levinson, and then we're going to jump into our first presenter, Samson. So real quick, this is important, carrier incentives on the left side. The reason why we do this, by the way, is yes, we have over 20,000 agents. Some are focused on the larger case market, $120,000 of commission and up. And some are focused on mortgage protection, final expense, guaranteed issue, which is also fine. Okay, there's no small $20 bill, as we all know. But I know, and I'm so sure that on your next term case, especially if you're working these leads, right? On your next term case, if you run a quote on Insure Me Now Direct for your client or your client does it, and you see that the pricing is as inexpensive as the most competitive term out there that's fully underwritten, but it's approved in 7 minutes and you can print and save a policy and the commission is as high as any other term product and you're the agent of record, this is not a referral fee, you're going to be hooked. You're going to be addicted to this new term product because it's so easy. So what I said is write your Bestow term app, right? Place it. I'm giving you a $50 gift card. I know when you do it once, you're hooked, okay? Right under that, August annuity contest. Very simple, right? Your next indexed annuity with us, $100 gift card, month of August. Done. Simple, SureBridge, okay? Very hot right now. This is also on Insure Me Now direct to consumer, okay? We have guaranteed issue CI, DI, accident, cancer plans, some awesome supplemental products, great stacking products, great cross-selling opportunities, okay? And what's great is when you're selling these leads over the phone, you can pivot and you can talk about critical illness insurance. And if the client's interested, say, hey, are you in front of your computer or your iPhone? You are? Great. Type in insuremenow.direct.com. Okay, run a quote. You like it? Great. Hit apply. Done. You just sold a second policy. Okay, that's how easy it is. And I know when you write your first, second SureBridge ad, same exact thing is going to happen. So we're giving you a $100 gift card above and beyond your commission. Okay? Okay, this is a huge, huge bullet here, and I hope you write down April 8th, 2022 for the Levinson Annual Agent Expo. We are back, folks. It's been a couple years, and let me tell you, we are so excited. Our beachfront resort, we're going to have over 300 agents in attendance from all over the country, and our keynote speaker was just confirmed a week ago. And guess who it is, okay? Now, if you want to work in that large case market, right? You heard me say 120 grand commissions and you got excited. I got your attention. Well, Mary Reed, okay, she is a 5-time best-selling author when it comes to distribution solutions, right? Or retirement planning or tax saving strategies. She is unbelievable. Okay, she's our keynote, and we're going to give. In fact, with the 2 winners today, and at the end of today's webinar, I'm going to give you her new prospecting book. But anyway, she's going to be the keynote speaker. She's going to speak for just under an hour at the Levinson Expo. We're going to give away her books to all agents in attendance that day. And just to give you an idea, her average case size, okay, when you work her strategy, is $130,000. And the best part, you know how we always say, oh, I have a guy, I have a girl that's perfect for this. Okay, guess what? If you have a name and number, she will do the wholesale for you. Okay, all you do is tee it up. You can jump on a webinar with her, yourself, and the client. She'll do all the selling for you in case you're not comfortable with this strategy or some of this lingo. No problem. Okay, so keep that in the back of your mind. Let's focus to the middle section there. We have a bunch of new products that are being programmed right now into Insure Me Now Direct. 2 new carriers, multiple products. This is turning out to be literally Amazon for insurance. Okay, and you all, as Levinson agents, get an opportunity to have a free website with all of these products where you're the agent of record, full commission, advances, renewals on some products. But you can take advantage, and we're the only one that has this. No other IMO, no one has anything like this. And I know that because I built it. Okay, so run with this stuff and recruit other agents, right? Because of platforms like this. Very spicy. It's a hot topic. I would be all over this, especially during a pandemic when everybody's forced to sell and buy from home, right? Okay. Final expense world, Aetna CVS has a new agent-driven signature process, which makes it totally painless and seamless for your clients. It's amazing. We have a webinar that's coming up, and we'll tell you more. Penn Mutual, real quick, the last application cutoff date was August 10th. Now, we do have other options as good, if not better, in my opinion, so don't worry about that. Also, Principal. On the life side, individual life side, no more sales after September 30th. The disability part is fine. You have nothing to worry about. On the life side, again, we have products that will crush what Principal had on the life side. Okay, so you have nothing to lose, nothing to worry about. We have 87 other companies, right, that have products that are also awesome. Okay, right side for IUL software sales presentation system. There's nothing like Stonewood. We're an exclusive IMO in the program. Okay, we have over 10 carriers that are approved on the software. So definitely check that out if you want to sell IUL. Premium finance software. We're one of the only IMOs that has a turnkey key premium finance solution called Ilia. So if you have a guy, you have a girl who you think this would be good for, premium finance, hot topic right now, let us know and we'll get you set up and running. No problem. Bottom right side, Mary Reed once again has 2 new prospecting books from the Distribution Solutions Sales Platform. We give these out. Let's say you're a winner on the webinar, the expo, they're all free. If you leave a comment on our Facebook page or on the Bill Levinson Experience podcast, free. Okay, so you let me know if you want to give these out to your clients. Okay, you get them for our cost plus their sales tax and shipping, but it winds up being about 40 to 50% off the retail price if you want to use this as a lead generator, which I suggest you do because it tees up the sale for you. Okay, let's jump right into our first feature presentation of the day. We have Samson on with us today, and we're talking about a new CRM tool that you get free access to, like your own dashboard. So we're going to talk about that a little bit, but first, Samson, I want to just introduce you and thank you for joining us today. We appreciate your time.
Hey, Bill. Thank you so much for having me on this webinar. Really excited to be here.
Yep, no problem. We appreciate it once again. Samson was on about a month ago now, and that was pre-CRM, and he's also made some updates. I wanted him just real quick to give all of the agents a 100-foot overview on these 3 different programs that he offers. And of course, I want you to talk about the 20% guarantee because that's what piques everyone's attention. So can you give us the overview on the lead program, Samson?
Sure, absolutely. I'd love to. So first of all, I'd like to walk you through the program, how this actually works and how these leads are being generated, how these leads are double verified. So first up, we have a team of live callers who calls on agent internet feeds. And these feeds are usually about 60 to 90 days old. And these internet feeds are actually people going on internet and applying for a quote for term or for final expense life insurance. So we get them when they are about 60 to 90 days old. Then our team of live callers calls on these agent feeds and they re-verify if they are still shopping around, if they are still looking to get a quote. And if they are, so we have a script that we have a set of questions that we like to ask them. How old are they? What is the coverage amount they are looking to get? Who's going to be the beneficiary? And, are they using any kind of tobacco? And, if they can afford about $25 a month for a policy. So after asking all these qualifying questions, we make sure they are genuinely interested and they qualify for the program. And after that, we gather all the information and that is being sent over to you so you can call them up at the convenient time. So this is how the process works. And this is why we call them double verified, because first up, the prospect is putting in his or her information, and then it is being verified the second time when our caller calls them. And the most important thing is these leads are 100% exclusive. So at the end of the call, we'll let them know. Let's say if we are doing an order for you, so we'll say your name loud and clear, so they know who's going to call them up, and that can be heard in the recording. So this actually results in a high level of conversion because these leads are not shared. They go to only one agent. And, these leads, when they're being delivered to you, they are less than about 8 hours old. They go to our quality department first. They make sure to listen to all the recording, and they make sure these leads are genuinely interested and the prospects are actually looking for coverage. And once that's being verified, those are being forwarded to you so you can call them up and, pitch them a product. And all the lead orders are being delivered in just about 5 business days. We send you leads every day, every morning, fresh leads while they're still fresh. And right now we are providing you a CRM tool so you can actually keep a track of the leads. How many leads have you ordered and how many have you received? And you can make notes on there as well to claim the 20% replacement guarantee as well if a lead is not interested, or if they say do not call me on your face. so you can claim your replacement lead as well.
Andrew, let's go to the slide for the CRM, if you don't mind. Sorry, Samson. Okay. Perfect.
So this is how the CRM looks like. I mean, this obviously the admin version, but you'll be able to see a lot of options. Not from these, but still a lot of options on your login. Once you log in, you'll be able to see the orders and the leads and transfers option. So you can click on orders and see your orders that you placed. And when you click on leads and transfers, you'll be able to see the leads you received and the transfers you received so far. And once you click on view option, you'll be able to view the lead and all the information. You'll be able to export them in Excel or CSV format, and you'll be able to play recordings with all the leads.
Excellent. Samson, let me ask you real quick. So as of right now, we're offering the term life lead, right?
Right.
We have the final expense option.
Right.
And are we also doing the live transfers right now or no?
Yes, we are doing live transfers as well. We recently got about 2 orders from Levinson's agents, and they might start from today or tomorrow.
Okay, and just so everyone knows, and the reason why it's only 2 orders and not 1,002 orders, you do have to have a non-resident license in a minimum of 10 states for the live transfers. Is that still the rule?
Yes, right. That is still the rule, because that helps us to obtain maximum number of dialable leads. And if we have the maximum number of dialable leads, so we'll be able to send maximum number of live transfers.
Got it. Okay. So, and I'll just, I hate to interrupt you, but I just want to go over this so all agents understand. So with this program, we have the term life option, $17, and that's a minimum of 15.
Right.
And then the final expense option, which is a $12 fee, minimum order of 15 as well.
Right.
And then you would pick your state, whatever state that you're in, or let's say you have a non-resident, no problem. We can run this with a few different states, but we cannot drill down into county or zip code.
Right, absolutely.
Okay, got it. And by the way, with selling over the phone now, most consumers, they're not comfortable with you sitting at their living room table regardless. So, selling over the phone, you have our website up with your quote engine. I would also use Insure Me Now Direct. You should be able to close these in 10, 15 minutes. And then also, you need to think about pivoting and cross-selling, right? And I'll tell you, from Samson's program, we had a huge sale, about $27,000 of commission, because the agent asked other questions and it led to an IUL sale. Okay, so you don't have to necessarily think, oh, it's only going to be term life. Okay, it could lead to other types of products. But anyway, getting back to the platform. So through the CRM tool, all of your leads are going to show up here. And then, Samson, to get the 20% guarantee, the agent has to use the CRM and make the correct notes through the platform, correct?
Absolutely correct. So once they claim the guarantee, the replacements will review the notes, review the leads, and we'll work on with the agent to getting in the replacements.
Okay, got it. And these are all the guidelines. So what we're going to do, because we know this could be a little bit of a gray area, and I said it in the very beginning, we have to make sure that we set the clear expectations from the beginning. Okay, this isn't perfect. This doesn't mean you're going to become a millionaire after using the program for 30 days. I'm not making any promises, and neither is Samson. Okay, but I'll tell you right now, out of all the lead programs that I've ever seen in the industry, bar none, there's nothing like this with a 20% guarantee. Okay, so let's use it. Let's follow the rules and not take advantage, right? And he will be there for you. And if it's a legitimate replacement, then he will take care of it, as long as you are noting and obviously you have to call the consumer. And what is it? A minimum of 3 to 5 times or something, Samson?
Yeah, it's about a minimum of 8 times. You need to
8
call them
times.
8 times before coming to a conclusion, and you need to work the leads for at least about 14 days. So, before you say I'm not getting in touch with this client or this is not a genuine lead, so you need to work for about 14 days. And the most integral part is work the leads as you receive them. All right, don't wait for them to be to get them old. Because they have the best response when they are being worked fresh. So as soon as you receive a lead, just call them up. And all right, and the guarantee stands for, it stands for 20% per batch, not 20% of calls. So you need to make sure that you go through all the batch, again and again, and you get most connects. So we had about a lead credit policy as well. So I would like to go through that as well. So more than one rebuttal, all leads are only rebutted once. They are not being pushed, too much. So they are just saying yes to get off the phone. So that's very important. We only rebut once, and after that, if they say yes, only in that case we go ahead and close the lead. And if you receive any lead in 30-day window, that's replaceable right away. You just need to let us know. And we have narrowed down the age criteria from 45 to 75. So there's no 80 years of age, no 85 years of age. So that's out of the question right now, because older people are very hard to get a product, and they are very expensive as well. Once they qualify for a plan, that's very expensive. So we have narrowed it down to 45 to 75, so you don't have that problems as well. And if you
That's
get a wrong,
45 to 75. That's for
yeah,
all 3 programs?
no, not all 3. That's for the final expense. For term life, it's 30 to 65.
Oh, that's even better. That's great. 30 to 65. Excellent. Okay. And the live
And
transfers?
all right, so the live transfers, right now we are doing live transfers for final expense only, and
Okay.
they are in the same range from 45 to 75 as well.
Got it. Okay, great. And by the way, I'm going to tell you this, okay, and obviously Samson is it's a third-party company. It's a vendor. We're not associated in any way, shape, or form with his company, okay, but we worked out this exclusive contract just for Levinson agents. That's why we're on with him today, and Cheryl, same exact thing. But I will tell you this, he has been there when we've had a problem, okay, out of all the agents. Well, we only had an issue with one, and it can go either way with that exact situation. But 99% of the time, the agents were happy. Samson stood behind each transaction. He's based out of California, and he has been there 99. I'm going to say 100% of the time. The reason why I'm saying 99, we had one agent issue, and at the end of the day, the agent chose not to use the program anymore, which was fine with us, and he's still writing, and everybody's happy. So again, it's not for everyone, but we have done our due diligence, and this is one of the best that I personally have seen, and that's why we have Samson on today's webinar. Okay, so is there anything else do you want to close with before we jump into our next presentation, Samson? Anything you want to leave the audience with?
Well, that's pretty much it. And if it's still if still there's something, so I would like to answer for the agents if they have any questions. So I would like to make it clear. But yeah, that's pretty much it.
Okay, great. Okay, so we're going to show you, when we're done with both presenters, we're going to show you where to sign up. We're going to include a thank you email that will go out to all participants today. You'll have it before midnight in your inbox. If you do not receive it, you let us know. That means we have your wrong email address, or maybe it's in your spam folder, your junk folder, so always check that as well. Okay, let's move on to the next presenter. Now, when it comes to mortgage protection mailers, okay, and real second chance leads, there's not a better vendor that I have seen, okay, period, when it comes to straight vanilla mortgage protection life insurance lead. So without further ado, we have another great relationship with Cheryl, and I want her to dive in and, of course, introduce you all to Cheryl. Cheryl, you there?
Hi, Bill. Yes, I am.
Thank you so much for joining us and taking the time.
No problem at all. I'm real excited about our relationship, that hopefully we can grow this to beyond all of our expectations.
Yep,
And
I sorry?
I keep hearing from agents, is direct mail dead? And it's like, or is it dying? And it's like, no, it's not dying, it's being sold out. It's
Exactly.
actually being saturated. That's more the issue than it going away. There's not enough to go around.
Yes, I agree.
The agents absolutely love direct mail programs, especially when you can get in front of people that want to hear about your programs and are serious about it. The more effort they have to go through to get in front of you, the more serious they are. And direct mail, the reason that it is so good for agents is because it does take more effort on the consumer's part. That direct mail is definitely a great way. It does take time. And unfortunately, with COVID and the post offices being federal employees, they have slowed down. That they haven't stopped, but they have slowed down. So it does take a little bit longer than normal right now. But that's also why I let agents know that if you're in a hurry for leads, we've got the second chance leads. If you're wanting quality but have time for the turnaround, then the direct mail.
Yep,
But,
Cheryl, if you don't mind, let me just take one little step back, and I just want everyone to also, before we dive in deeper, so I want everyone to know that Cheryl and her company, right, this specific lead vendor, we worked out a special deal for Levinson agents, just like we did with Sampson, but their niche is mailers, direct mail, mortgage protection. And then, and I don't want to steal your thunder, but I just want to kind of give everyone an overview before jumping in. They have a second chance option for $6. Okay, minimum order of 50, or if you're going under 50, they start at $8, which is so inexpensive. And this pricing is only available through Levinson. So I would take advantage of this. And another thing I want to mention is you talk about direct mail, and Cheryl was talking about, some of the pluses and minuses and how, agents think of this as old school. Folks, they have figured this out. Okay, they've been doing it for years and years, and this is what I'll tell you about her program. Okay, most of the time when our agents order, they come back for a second time, a third time, a fourth time, and it's very rare that I hear anything negative. So they have figured this out. Okay, they are like the Uber of direct mail. Okay, I'm telling you, it's a very impressive platform. So what I would like you to do, Cheryl, if you don't mind, can you just give everyone an overview of the mailer program, and then of course the second chance option as well?
Sure. On our direct mail program, we offer a special pricing that nobody else gets it at. We're doing $500 per thousand piece for Levinson, and now there are no minimum return guarantees, but I help direct you to areas that do return better than normal. I'm very familiar with the United States and the average return percentages per county. Right now, I do recommend more rural areas for direct mailers than than the metropolitan areas, primarily because the metropolitan areas have gotten saturated because direct mail is so popular. So it is a lower return right now. But you want the better returns, go out just a little bit outside of the metropolitan areas or further, and you get a lot better return. $500 for a 1,000-piece mail drop. Mortgage Life Leads is an exceptional price. They're great leads. We do get a lot of them back that we mail all over the United States. On average, we're doing 300,000 to 400,000 mailers a week, and so we do have a lot of experience knowing what's the better return options for you in your different areas. Generally speaking, I'll do counties. I don't do zip codes primarily because it will lower your return rates.
Cheryl, let me ask you, sorry to bother you, just a real quick question. In let's say some of the better areas or counties, okay, what kind of return rate are you seeing? Just a rough idea in some of the better areas.
In some of the more rural areas, you're seeing anywhere from a 0.9 or 1% up to about a 1.5. You can get up to 2, but it is rare nowadays, and it's because it is saturated. The metropolitan areas are only returning about 0.5%. The rural areas are returning more like a 1 to 1.5%.
1 to 1.5. And what's interesting about your program, I like how you can literally pick a county. Now, obviously, we'll help you pick a good county, so your return rate is higher. Okay, but we're going to advise you of that. Cheryl and her team have a ton of experience when it comes to these mailers, like we spoke about. But also, think about this for a minute. With mortgage protection, that could lead to so many different areas, cross-selling opportunities, the IUL sale, term with living benefits, right, to protect a mortgage. There's so many ways. This is where we're seeing some of the larger cases come in from. And another point, and I think this is huge, right now, think about the real estate market, okay, in the whole country, right? The real estate market is on fire, okay? When that happens, mortgages are on fire. Well, when mortgages are on fire, more people need mortgage protection, life insurance to cover their mortgage, right? It's not rocket science. So anyway, it's a great time for this, even though, yes, of course, it's saturated and direct mail has been around a long time. But if you work with a team that comes up with a great mailer just for you in a great area, you're going to be in a great position. Okay, I'll tell you right now. So, okay, Cheryl, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to jump in.
You're fine. And a lot of the agents, especially on people over the age of 70 that are doing these mortgages, they say, "Oh, well, that's a final expense lead." No, that's not a final expense lead. These people have just qualified for a mortgage, and for them to have just qualified for a mortgage over the age of 70, they've got to have something great going on for them. And a lot of times agents will end up doing IUL or annuities. And of course you present the mortgage insurance, but they will most of the time end up doing final expense, IULs, or annuities on the older ones, and the younger ones, the mortgage insurance. And
that's right.
That's right. It's got a wide diversification of the possibilities. And then on the second chance leads are recycled mortgage life leads. They're not like most recycleds that you run into because we limit the number of times they can be sold. That we never allow anyone from the same IMO to purchase twice. That we make sure that it's a limited number of times that the lead can be sold so that it keeps it good for the agents. that,
Yep. And let me explain too,
quality
and
of
I,
those.
I think this is important, and again, sorry to interrupt, Cheryl, but I want to make a strong point on the second chance leads. First of all, your price of entry is $6 if you order 50, okay, which is peanuts, okay? And number two, think about this for a minute. Most of these new homeowners, right? They move in, they're getting hammered with these mailers, okay, left and right. You know, how many other issues that are coming up with homeowners insurance, with the auto insurance, changing the address or getting a new pool person or a new, whatever, the driveway has to be redone, renovations. And a lot of times they put these off to the side and they say, honey, I'll deal with this later. Okay. Well, if the agent hasn't gotten in the door, let's say for the first 30 to 60 days, well, the second chance leads come in perfect because you're calling after the tidal wave came in, right? And now they finally cleared everything off their shelf and they're ready to talk about life insurance to protect this investment, right? They just put their life savings into. So the timing could be even better with the second chance leads. Is that right, Cheryl?
Yes, I have a lot of agents that prefer the second chance leads because they've had time to settle into their new home and they've gotten used to their mortgage. Now they're ready to protect their household.
Yeah,
And
that's right.
they do end up selling a nice percentage of them. And I've got a few agents that have done fresh ones and then came back to the second chance ones that said, well, thought that those were the ones that I just start with, but I like those. And that they're fantastic gap fillers for areas too, because we do so many mailings constantly that we have an excess of leads in most areas. So we can offer you targeted leads in areas that you're already running appointments in, so that when you get no-showed, you have somewhere to go.
It's a great
and
idea.
They're still a good lead.
What and how old are these typically? Like, what's the range roughly?
I offer 3 different tiers for Levinson agents. Tier 1 is 3 to 9 months old. The current dates that we're using on the tier 1s they were originally received as fresh leads somewhere between November 1st, 2020 and May 31st, 2021. Then there's tier 2, which picks up where tier 1 leaves off. And y'all get those for $3 a lead if you're ordering over 50. And
Unreal.
so really low cost. And they start right at the 9 months, that they're from January 1st, 2019, going to October 31st, 2020. And our computer sort of does things backwards from what most agents are used to. We don't send you the oldest leads first. We're sending you the freshest ones first. It is a first come, first serve on the freshest ones. That if there are some from May in the computer, you're not going to get the ones from January. You're going to get the ones from May. That it's always going to pull the freshest leads first.
And listen, you talk about ways, especially right now, right? Where you want to keep busy and you want to be able to call folks that were interested or are interested now, right? There's no better way, especially the $3 option, right? I mean, that is if you get, 1 or 2 or 3 of those, right? And especially, you're on this call now, you're a Levinson agent, you have the gift to gab and no one sells like you do. I would be all over these $3 leads, and I would come in with a new story to tell, a new strategy, and have your quote engine up and running. And even if they want to see you, go to a Starbucks with your mask on, whatever it takes. But this will keep you busy, and it works. So that's fantastic. All right, to you, Cheryl, is there anything else? We're running just a little bit late. Is there anything else that you want to add before we move on here?
Nope, just call and talk to me. I'll be happy to go over any specific areas that you'd like, any questions on demographics, different things. That I love helping agents because I was an agent myself for over 30 years. So
you got the inside scoop.
Helping you out.
I love it. I love it. All right, Andrew, we got probably 2 minutes. Is there any questions that came in for Samson or Cheryl that you want to ask them while we have everyone here live?
Yep, I got a good question from John in Utah. He's asking about if you're doing the $500 per 1,000 direct mail drop, are those territories exclusive to the agent, or can there be multiple agents in the same territory?
There, in most of Utah, my fresh data is taken. I can go back further and do, it's sort of like they call it a retro mailer. Although retro is usually around 1 to 2 years old, just going back a few months gets you a second chance in the door. Basically, we scan out anyone that has replied in the past. So it's only if we're remailing people that have already responded, they didn't respond to us. So it's a reminder notice or a final chance, and they tend to respond well to it. So it still gets a good return, but they've never returned to us, or we wouldn't have mailed to them.
Got it. So as a general rule, because we have some agents that are in other states that, like, let's say John's in Utah, but he might want to send a mailer out to Washington or California. Just as a general rule, if you give a territory to an agent, is that territory that they're mailing exclusive to that individual agent, if it's available?
If it's available, yes.
Okay.
And then what we can do, if there is a certain state, let's say, that's pretty much taken, if there's a few open counties, we can share that with our agent as well, and they can lock up that area. So that's another option. Yep. Okay, Andrew, we have time for one more, and then we got a few more things to cover here. Do we have one more?
Just some questions I'm not sure we can answer, but we have Christopher's asking which areas of the country generally have the most successful mailer flow. I don't know if you know that just offhand.
Yeah, let's do this just because we have 8 minutes left. What we'll do, Andrew, just grab an email and we'll answer everyone as soon as we hang up. I just want to make sure we get out everyone on time here right before 4 p.m. Okay?
Sounds good.
Okay, thank you everyone so much. We have a couple other things. Samson, Cheryl, most important, we really, really appreciate you taking the time, and especially I know the leads work or else we wouldn't waste your time for the last, 52 minutes here. So we appreciate you all so much, our agents, the vendors. I want to show you real quick because I'm sure you have more questions and want to get started. So very easily, you just go to our website, and if you hover over programs, it'll say lead programs, and it has a little star there. It's highlighted in blue, top right corner. That gives you access to everything. You can sign up there. Now, you do have to be active with us, so you have to get appointed, unless you already are. And then, like I said earlier, if you say, well, hey, Bill, I'm getting 192% with AIG, and I want to move to you guys because I want to sell the leads. Okay, well, we match or most of the time beat your commissions. Okay, plus we give you cash or free leads with your contracting and first application. Okay, so win, win, win. I said it 3 times already. Anyway, we'll include this in today's thank you email. So what I want to do now is spend a couple minutes with Andrew and show you what the order process looks and feels like. And then we just went over 5 different lead programs. We have 5 more. We're just going to touch on for a second because I just want you all to know what's available as a Levinson agent. Andrew, you there?
Yep, thanks so much, Bill. Just want to show everybody how to get started. If you say, this is for me, I want to go do this now, you're going to go to that page that we just showed you on the prior screen. We're also going to send that out in the thank you email. As soon as you click the order form, you're going to be directed to this screen. You're going to put in your name, email, state requested, which type of lead. You're going to agree to our disclosures. That comes to us real time. We're going to go ahead and process and send you the invoice for you to pay. And then the leads are generated about 2 to 4 days later, as Samson said, sometimes sooner, but very quick turnaround time from Samson and his team. Same thing for Cheryl. Once you fill out the order form, we get you in contact with Cheryl for a consultation so that you can figure out which territory you want those mailers to come from. So the process is very identical. I wanted to show you a screenshot of what it is you would see when you place the order. Real quick, I want to go over our agency Automator platform. Okay, this is one of the 10 optional lead programs that we have because it does generate leads for you, and I'll get into that in a minute. But many of you are already using our agency Automator, which is our CRM tool that's complementary for our agents, and really it can't be understated how important having a CRM, specifically this CRM, is to working a lead program. You can't work off of an Excel sheet or paper anymore. You can't do it. You know, you have to have a system that not only reminds you to call your prospects, but it sends out automated reminders to your prospects for you, whether it's newsletters, holiday invitations, birthday greetings, you know, whether it's just your weekly review, whatever it might be. This automates your follow-up. There are LIMRA statistics that prove that you don't make a sale between, I believe it's the 8th and 12th contact you make with a prospect. So you have to use a program like this to be more efficient, right? So use this program. It's excellent. We have all these built-in templates for you. We have 28, we probably have 20+ thousand templates in this CRM for you to use, whether it's about mortgage protection, final expense, everything that we're talking about today. All right. On the next screen here, I want to show you the prospecting engine. Okay. So in the CRM, right, this is unique to our program. You can go in and you can search for consumers or business owners. We have over 28 million records. And you can go in here and you could search for people by state, by zip code, by income level, by if they own or rent a home. There's so many different filters that you can put in here, and it will generate a list of qualified prospects that have agreed to share their information. You can then go after those prospects and send out marketing to them to try to get them in your sales funnel as well. So you have to be utilizing this as one of your available options to you, especially if it's very low to no cost. It's a no-brainer. So anyway, we're going to send out some information about this so you can get started, and we'll go over how you can get trained on it as well. I'm going to go ahead and get it over to Bill. We have some awesome other lead programs that we can discuss. Bill?
Yep. Like I said, total of 10. Okay. So once again, you're calling on these leads. You just got your batch in, right? You have to have a social media and online presence. People are going to look you up. They're going to say, who is this Bill Levinson guy that's calling for mortgage protection insurance, right? So you have to have the online presence. So we have various packages for you, okay? And this is a big one. Social media, they will do everything for you. If you don't want to waste your time or you don't have the time, no problem. Turnkey, $199 a month, option 2, middle section. This is another great package. So this gives you a full professional WordPress website, okay, with all of the bells and whistles and Insure Me Now Direct plugin. Plus, Ken is going to manage all 3 of your social media platforms. It's $115 a month for everything. Or if you just want the social media, you already have your website, $65. These are all co-op discounts, but I would take advantage of this. On the right side is generating your own leads with Facebook ads, okay? So Ken will jump on a private 30-minute session with you, and he'll record it so you can use it for future, so you can go back and make sure you got everything covered, okay? $75. And let me tell you right now, Facebook ads are the hot button. We were talking about direct mail earlier, and maybe it's getting a little saturated, but obviously it's still working because of the real estate market right now. Facebook ads is the future, folks. So we already have the ads made. We can give you the ads for free. We'll co-brand it with your picture, with your information, and you have to obviously post it on your page. But we have the ads already pre-made, co-branded for free, no problem. So you just let us know. We'll get you up and running. Okay, the additional lead programs I wanted to mention real quick. We have thousands of orphan leads sitting here today. Okay, if you're writing at least $10,000 of annual premium, we'll send you these for free. Done, free, no problem, no questions asked. Bottom left corner, annuities, right? Oof, annuities are great. Quick money, no underwriting. The clients love it, especially with the way the market is now. Okay, $45 exclusive annuity leads with no minimum order. Another big one. Let's move over to the top right-hand side. We have this turnkey final expense platform, okay, with all the training, scripts, with a kit for each client that you can give out that talks about all of the last wish planning. We have an 800 number for funeral service help. I mean, you name it, it's free for you to give out to your clients. They have a mailer, $495 for 1,000. Okay, 4-day turnaround. They're seeing 1 to 2% returns. Bottom right, that's that distribution solution concept. These are the ultimate prospecting leads. The reason why we have agents giving these out to clients, and they're saying, hey, do me a favor. The book's on me. You read it. Let me know what you think. And this is setting up appointments for the agents. Okay, $5. That's a co-op discounted price. These are great. We have an IUL book. We have a retirement book. We have Mary Reed Distribution Solution. Totally up to you how far you want to take this. Okay, you want to learn more? You need scripts. You want to look at some of our past webinars. You want to look at, we brought in a third-party consultant that's a phone selling genius. Okay, we have his webinar series. It's all free. Just go to our iGenius Training Center on the website, and we're making that bigger and better. If you say to me, hey, Bill, I want to learn from other agents that are doing this today. I want to pick their brain for an hour. Okay, the Bill Levinson Experience podcast, boom, that was built just for that purpose. Okay, in fact, if you look at the top section, those are all of my past guests. And on the bottom, I have 2 big shot agents that are coming up. One of them is middle-aged. One of them is a little younger. They're both crushing it, MDRT producers, clearing over $1 million a year consistently. One's Midwestern part of the country. One's in California. I'm doing 1-hour interviews, and these guys are both crushing it. And there's a ton of information here for you to learn, and you can leverage these great strategies from people that have already done it, so you don't have to reinvent the wheel. Okay, we're just about done here. I know I'm 2 minutes late. Future trainings. If you want to dive into our CRM tool, Agency Automator, we host these trainings every day of the week at 2 p.m. Eastern with Kevin, our programmer. Bottom section, these are our weekly Levinson training webinars, which is what you're on right now. So we're going to go over premium finance on the 26th. On the bottom there, we're going over all of the Levinson final expense platform updates with a special carrier guest speaker on September 2nd. Okay, my favorite time of the day right now is our giveaway. So we're giving away 2 free batches of leads. Before I do that, since it's Positive Tuesday, I'm going over my weekly quote. And by the way, you all should be doing the same thing, getting your name out there on social media, okay? Especially you're in retail, you're selling, right? I'm an IMO, I'm a wholesaler. Doesn't matter, okay? You don't have to listen to what we say. Watch what we do, right? Proof is in the pudding. Anyway, that guy on the left-hand side with the cool haircut, that is Mr. Koenigsegg. If you're into cars, he created the fastest production vehicle in the world. The guy is a legend. Christian Koenigsegg is his name if you want to look him up. Anyway, I got a chance to meet him and pick his brain. Very, very interesting story. The quote ties in perfect to this. Those who don't know do all the talking, and those who do know do all the listening. Okay? Let's watch, listen, and learn before we dive in and start talking. Okay? Let the client do the talking, right? Think about that. You have to listen and then pivot. Take it all in, listen, pivot, cross-sell, bring up other products. Okay? It's a great time to listen, absorb, and if you think about all the real winners, that's exactly what they do. So good lesson here. I'm going to ask our 2 questions right now and give away 2 free batches of leads, and I hope your fingers are on the keyboard because whoever's first and correct wins, and we have 2 chances here, okay? Okay, the first question, whoever answers first. we went over a total of how many lead programs today on the Levinson webinar. How many lead programs did we touch on today? A total of what? Tell me that magic number. How many lead programs did we touch on today? Andrew, do we have a winner?
We do. It's Manuel A. Manuel A is the first to answer.
Okay, Manuel, congratulations. What state is Manuel calling from? By the way, the answer was 10, and he did get it right. So congrats, and we will send you a free batch, and we'll get you all set up. What state is he calling in from, Andrew?
Manuel is in Georgia.
Georgia. Congrats once again. Second question here. Okay, you got a second chance. Make sure you are ready to go. This is an easy one if you were paying attention. I just went over, okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different lead programs with the 2 vendors, right, our guest speakers, okay? From these 2 vendors that you just listened to for the last hour, what is the least expensive lead option from these 2 vendors? Okay, so we had 2 vendors on. We went over 5 different programs with these 2 vendors. What was the least expensive lead option that we spoke about from these vendors that you just listened to? Tell me what that number is. How much is it per lead, the least expensive option? Andrew, do we have a winner?
Yes, we do. It is James S. James S.
James S. The answer was $3. And remember, that's the second chance leads from Cheryl. You have to get at least 50. Okay, $3, and they're over 9 months old. So with that said, James, Manuel, congrats. Great job, everyone, for hanging in there. I hope you learned something. I hope you take a shot and try one of these programs out. Again, it doesn't work perfectly, okay, but it does work if you're willing to put the time into it. Come up with a follow-up system. Use your CRM tool, and this will make a difference in your life. I'm telling you right now, especially during a pandemic. Let's all jump in, run with it. Let's listen and learn. Let's have a great Tuesday, a great week, and great selling. And thank you again, everyone.